Alright, hello, welcome back to Neo Scavenger. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to make our way back up there to scavenge all these areas here and to Zomzoms, to get to Zomzoms. I don't quite remember what it was that you could do here. But... You know, we're missing one thing. I remember that we could use the video of us murdering the dogman. But I don't know what happened with the video. Did I drop it somewhere? I remember that this was of use, that this could be of use in... That this could be of use at this event there. I don't quite remember what that was, but there was something that we could do with it. So, but we don't have it anymore, apparently. I don't like that. So maybe we are going to not go to Zomzoms for now? Or something? Oh well, let's see. So I'm going to leave those packed things here, because they're probably not going to go bad. And we're just going to go now. Yeah, let's leave the ice slab here. Yeah, let's leave the bullets here. I wonder what I did with that stuff. Well, we might never know. Or maybe we indeed do know, because I've recorded everything on video. Oh, it's just a dog. This is just me, and that was just... I saw that in the corner of my eyes and was like, oh, there's another dude, but it's just myself. Happens to me in the morning, in front of the mirror, all the time. Okay, let's murder that thing with our spear. Why are we vulnerable? I don't know. Boom. Boom. Dog is dead. Let's continue. Also, before we go over there, let's go to the forest and scavenge the stretch of forest. Just to find some things to eat and a little bit of water to drink. So that's also one thing that I think those yellow berries are almost always poisonous. I've never found not poisonous yellow berries when I was playing. Also, the blueberries seem to be always edible. I've never found poisonous blueberries, and the red berries can be either or. So that could be kind of interesting to note if we're going to, once we die here, which will probably happen at some point, once we die here, for the next character, if we're going to play a character without botany, which we are probably going to do at some point. Oh, there is a shopping cart basket. Can't really do anything with that because it doesn't have any wheels. Okay, more pieces of an old newspaper. Hungry like the wolf. North America has joined the ranks of regions plagued by so-called wolf super packs. Okay. Known for hunting in smaller packs of just 6 or 7, wolves have always been a common sight in less populated areas of the continent. However, recent surges in wolf attacks suggest a super pack may be prowling the lakes region, numbering as many as 400. Oh Jesus, that's kind of terrifying. Naturalists are hesitant to report a definite cause, though many point out that imbalances in the ecosystem can sometimes drive wolves into more populated areas to search for food. Horse and cattle owners are reporting alarming rates of animal losses as a result of the migration, and authorities are worried the attacks could soon escalate to human prey. So not only do we have like some kind of disease going, now the animals are going insane, everything just seems to be bloody terrible. Use the map, we can locate Detroit again, but we don't need to do that because we already did that. And we are tired again. We are tiring really quickly. I'm not too impressed with. Okay, another crowbar. Another tactical boot. And that's pretty much it. Let's pick up the boot for now. Let's scavenge this. Let's use the other crowbar. Scavenge with the light source. And we found something. We found binoculars with a strap. So we can put those around our neck, but we have this bronze talisman. And I won't take the bronze talisman off now. I think I won't show you with this character. But I think I'm going to show you what happens if you take those off with the next character. And there's a reason for that. Let me just tell you that. There's a reason for that. It's a bad idea to do. Oh, there's a guy. And there's a lot of stuff to scavenge here. And a bunch of storage sheds. Yes, I do like this. Okay, light source, strong, sure. Another hoodie, pants with nothing in them. Clean rags, that's good. I like clean rags. We can use those as bandages. Oh, our wounds healed quite well. It's also great. Let's force our way past the lock again. Scavenge with a light source. Strongly. Hey, a multi-tool. Let's pick up that. Okay. Let's see, we have a few shopping bags that are in worse condition than those. So let's just replace those. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. And a few more storage sheds that are not very... Oh, another lighter. I will definitely pick that up. I like me some cigarette lighters. Not because I smoke. Smoking is bad for you kids. There's a stranger. Strong. This. No useful items found. Let's go to the next one. Scavenge. Destroyed office building. Strong. Boom. Boom. Stuck in an opening. So we hurt ourselves again. Oh no, we didn't really. We are in pain, but not that. Don't have any fresh wounds or anything. Is this guy following us? I don't like that. And those are only crumbling apartment buildings. Not gonna go. Oh, roof collapse. Jesus. Oh no, Jesus Christ. Oh well, at least we found some clean rags earlier. Ugh, that's terrible. And the turn... Okay. So how about we are going to go to Zomzoms now? As the source of the distant sounds finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead you see a titanic warehouse, like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. There's a dull roar of ethanol generators, combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from off-road vehicles. Figures seem to be milling around a low extension on the right, and the occasional ATV arrives or departs without fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet, this far out, though with all the activity it's hard to tell. So let's take a look at the warehouse from afar. Oh god, it's a lot of text, okay. Peering into the distance, you see a bright sign reading Zomzoms, a place to eat, hanging over a giant garage door, fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire. Bright lights, welding arcs, and peculiar shadows can be seen in the fenced area, and more lights from within the warehouse. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts as a makeshift gate and padway into the warehouse. Ragged-looking figures line up alongside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenaries. It looks more like a club than anything else, except for that tarp area. Then you see it, a truck on the other side, offloading prisoners or slaves of some sort. That doesn't bode well, but then again, people come and go freely everywhere else and are entering voluntarily through the padway. So how about we approach the line? While in line, you feel a flutter of anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance, and also I remember what this was all about. Try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in the trailer, but you still can't tell. Most of the people in line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothes and sticking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison, though you suspect that they'd just as soon murder you for your clothes if they weren't being paid. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside the semi-trailer, and hollow sounds of a crowd echo down the narrow corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a chipboard and mesh booth, where an attendant is collecting fees and weapons and stamping people before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse. Stock or spectator, the attendant drones, looking disinterestedly past you. So, you can be either stock or spectator. Stock can be kind of bad news, because stock, if I remember correctly, are the people who are being loaded off there. But I think we can always go back again to do this. Let's be a spectator for now. What you got? Looking behind her, you see ice slabs, shoes, and sundry items. It looks like there are definitely some items that accept more than others, at least today. So we can offer an item here. Have to be kind of valuable. How about we offer our lighter here? That's only in a condition of 1.5. You offer your item, which she stashes in a metal locker. Hand, she demands, reaching for a stamp as you present your hand. She applies a symbol and number, then nods to another grisly merc, who checks you for weapons. He tosses your confiscated items into a numbered bin and ushers you down the trailer. I need to drink something here. Inside, it is 1 part super club, 1 part gladiator pit. So if we were stock, we would probably have fought in the pit. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human cacophony, part generator exhaust, mostly frenetic industrial music. And the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the noise, but you can feel your stomach rumble at the smell of sweet barbecue. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit on 3 sides. The 4th reserved for a large garage door leading outside into the tarp-fenced courtyard. Beyond the door you catch the flash of welding arcs, where it appears scrapyard robots are being prepped. And opposite the garage door, the thing you really care about right now, a white booth with grills spewing sweet and spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get at it and walk away with their prize smeared over hands and lips alike. Barbecue. Nice. So we ate a Zomdom's barbecue now. You wade through dirty patrons, intent on manhandling some ribs or beans and rice or whatever it is they've got cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in cryo? How long it's been since you have had a hot meal? Well, we have been cooking dog a lot, so we've had meat. Although I don't know how dog meat tastes. I myself am a vegetarian, actually. Pressing your way through this final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron-clad food slingers glances at you, and you nod like an excited dog. He reaches into a smoker box, withdraws a loaded skewer, and places it in your hands. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it at first, you start to grow paranoid that it'll be snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with renewed fervor, huddling with it against your lips as you absently walk away from the grill. This meat. It's like good, fully developed veal. Not young, but not yet beef. Yes, very definitely like that. And not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, so much so that you'd think no person with a palate of ordinary normal sensitiveness could distinguish it from veal. It is mild, good meat, with no other sharply defined or highly characteristic taste, such as, for instance, goat, high game, and pork have. The steak is slightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy, but not too tough or stringy to be agreeably edible. The roast is tender and in color, texture, smell, as well as taste, strengthens your certainty that of all the meats you habitually know, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. But it is not veal. Well, what kind of meat could that be? I have the suspicion that it might be human. I don't know if we're going to find that out, but because there's this arena and we could have been stock, and just then an announcer pipes up. With that same oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have, he starts hyping the crowd. "Can you count, suckers?" he shouts. Patrons start yelling back. "I said, can you count, suckers?" On cue, a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts comes from the floor. "Raise those numbers," he calls with expectation. And everybody raises their fist in unison. The music changes, lights switch to UV, and numbers appear on all the stamped hands. Your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, most like yours. They all have numbers, but it's clear now what the symbols are. Patrons like you have silhouettes of vultures next to their numbers. The unlucky few who don't have lamps, so we would have got a lamp, I guess. The announcer calls a number, a low number. Feeling somewhat relieved, you raise your hand above your head. Patrons around you look up to it for a moment, then continue scanning the crowd. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to read here. My mouth's getting dry. A scream of protest erupts from the far side of the arena. Everyone nearby looks across, where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air, like a crowd surfer at a concert, and propelled to the arena gate. Patrons claw the remainder of his barbecue from his flailing hands, fighting over it like dogs. Guards wrangle the struggling man and toss him onto the dirt floor in the arena as the gate is sealed behind him. The winner is a filthy, weak, and confused-looking human. As he clambers to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting throughout the warehouse as the source of the noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. The bot is little more than a heavy threaded ring of barbed spikes. A haphazardly hung LED ticker sits up atop its mass. Flickering the words Morning Star, confirming your suspicions as to its nature. Without pausing, the bot starts closing in on the human who, to his credit, has given up rattling the gate and is now facing the more immediate danger. He starts circling left, leading the bot to one side of the pit, then dashes right as fast as he can, bypassing the bot. The move buys him a few seconds, as the bot spins in place on its treads. But he ends up in the same situation on the reverse side of the arena. This continues for a few laps, with the human visibly wearing down. Perhaps realizing his error, he switches tactics and leads the robot towards a support column and allows it to get close before ducking around behind it. The bot starts turning in place, but the thread gets hooked on the pillar, and for a moment it appears to be stuck. You can sense the tingle of hope in the man as he watches the bot rock back to and fro for several seconds. To and fro, that's interesting language for a game like this. However, the bot rocking eventually frees it and it turns to face him again. Crestfallen, the man returns to his original strategy of dodging the robot like a bullfighter, even more slowly each pass. It doesn't take long for the robot to wear down its already weakened prey, and it scores its first hit, trampling his leg under treads. The man's cry of pain is lost in a wave of cheering from the crowd as the robot backs up. The man hardly has time to limp before it rams him again, this time following through and impaling him against the wall. Drunk with bloodlust, the crowd is now screaming as the robot backs away once more from the stumbling, bleeding man. The bot rams him into the wall one more time and backs away, this time with a human stuck on his spikes. The crowd cries out in ecstasy, which eventually simmers down to a revel as the arena service personnel remove the entrails. Your mouth agape, you suddenly feel a wave of nausea. You begin looking around, panicked. You can try to leave, or we can see what happens next. Let's see what happens next. Unsure what to do next, you look around the room anxiously, waiting for something to happen. Word is, you've got a good medical plan, the voice startles you, even amidst the shouting crowd, and you turn to find a young man with an old face. He looks to be of Asian descent, with hair like a mop, big aviator glasses, and an improbably white fur coat. Oh man. Reading a lot. So, I think I'm going to end the video here, because we are already at 22 minutes. In the next video, we will read the next stuff here, read the rest of this event, and I'm only going to read this once, all this stuff, so if we get to Zomzoms again with another character, we will just skip through everything. So, but I think for the first time, let me just read this stuff, so that we know what happens. There's a lot that happens. Okay, so with that, I'm going to leave you, and in the next episode we are going to do a little more reading, and then we're gonna continue playing this game. Hopefully, if we're not going to die here. So, yeah, thank you for watching. See you again next time.